Welcome back to my channel. On today's video I'm going to be showing you how to invest your first £100 and how to buy your first share on Trading212. So if that interests you even in the slightest, then stick around. My name is Euan, and on this channel we talk about personal finance, investing and what makes successful people tick. And today we are talking about Trading212, and I will show you a step-by-step guide on how to invest your first £100 and what strategies are needed to do this. And I will also jump into the app and show you how to purchase your first share. That being said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a random dude on the internet wearing a tie-dye t-shirt and talking into this camera. So make sure you do your own research before investing your capital. So since my last video, I've had a fair few messages on Instagram. If you're not following me over there, go do that. And also in my YouTube comments about how to start investing and what books to read, etc, etc. So as I'm a top bloke, I thought I would do this video for you and help you out before you part with your hard-earned cash. So in return, hit that big red subscribe button and that thumbs up, and then we can be friends, can't we? The first step on how to invest your first £100 is a bit of a curveball, but I've thrown it in there, so stick with me and I promise it will pay off and it will be insightful and you'll get some value out of this. Before you invest your money into something external, you need to invest in yourself. And by that I mean you need to educate yourself. So this can be free or it can be paid. Obviously I prefer free because it's free. Obviously, who doesn't like free stuff? So you can educate yourself by reading the books that I'm about to recommend, or an online course, or even just binge watching my content. So for the books, I will recommend I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. All three of these books I've read and would recommend to anyone. And I'll give you a quick summary of all three of them so that you have a little more knowledge about what they are about. I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi is a great example of a starter book. It will teach you a step-by-step guide on how to manage your money better, how to spend your money on things that interest you, and how to change your money mindset to living a rich life. The 4-Hour Workweek is the second on the list, and this is by Tim Ferriss. This book will show you how to automate your life and create businesses that will pay you that passive income 24/7, 365. Although it's mainly focused on businesses, you can definitely apply these principles to your own life and create a life that you want, even if it's not revolved around a business. So the third book my dad actually gave me, and I have read it a long time ago, but I've reread it / listened to it because I can't read. I'm joking, of course. And that book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It is about investing in assets, what an asset is, and how to make your money work for you. So it might sound quite basic, but in fact it is quite a good story because it's based around Robert Kiyosaki's young life and how he figures this all out. So I think it's definitely worth a read or a listen, and it might be a bit more interesting than the other two that I just recommended. All three of these books are linked in the description below, but if you're like me and you prefer to listen to audiobooks, then there's also a link to Audible, which is run by Amazon, and you can basically sign up for this and get 1 free book and 30 days free of using Audible. You can cancel before 30 days are up and it will cost you absolutely nothing. So I recommend you do that because it only takes one sentence or one idea to spark that flame inside of you that could change your life and make you very, very rich. So you have to be educating yourself constantly. So I told you it was a bit of a curveball, but you could get 1 free book and you could spend the other £100 on other investing books that I've recommended or not, and that could change your life and dramatically increase your chances of being successful and making that money. So now you've educated yourself using these books, you can now start investing in your future. But let's be honest, £100 is not going to cut it. It is not going to make you rich, but it is a great start. The way you get rich is by consistently investing £100 over a long period of time. I know it's boring, but that is the surefire way of doing it. So once you've read I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, you will understand this concept that I'm about to go through, but I will give you a quick summary of the Swensen model. Many people call this a lazy portfolio because it is filled with lots of low-cost ETFs and other assets that are not that exciting and you don't really have to do much with. But Ramit Sethi makes a great point in his book that you should not be living in the spreadsheet and you should be out enjoying your life and waiting for your money to grow while you're doing other things. And I totally agree, but I have a bit of a confession to make. I have a condition that's been passed down 2 generations. It is called I like spreadsheets disorder. There, I said it. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Anyway, I do actually like the idea of letting your investments do your work for you and you can just enjoy your life. And I think 99% of you will also agree. So I think this is the model and strategy for you. So if you use the Swensen model that I'm about to show you, you can basically use the percentages that I show you on every single investment that you ever make. So if you do £100, if you do £50, you can use the percentages and work out what needs to go where. So I'll put a list and the diagram here so that I can show you, and I'll just go through quickly. And I've actually looked at Trading212 and found the ticker symbol for each and every one, so you can basically invest into these ones and it will match perfectly. Firstly, we have 30% in domestic equities, and the ticker symbol for this is VUKE. Then we have 20% in real estate funds, and the ticker symbol for this is IUKP. Then we have 15% in government bonds, and the ticker symbol for this on Trading212 is VGov. Then we have 15% in the developed world international equities, and this has a ticker symbol of VEVE. Then we have another 15% in Treasury inflation protected securities, and the ticker symbol for that is INXG. And finally, we have 5% in emerging markets. Ticker symbol is VFEM. So obviously you have to do your own research, but now that you have learnt this, you should be able to apply it to all of your investments. And although you'll be a lazy investor, you'll be a lazy and rich investor at the end of it. So the last step, step 3, the fun bit, that is investing. In my personal opinion, investing in individual companies can be fun and it can be good for your bank account. However, you shouldn't allocate too much to this because it can be a lot more risky compared to the Swensen model. So that is something that I need to address with my own portfolio. Currently I have 35% of my portfolio in individual stocks, which is quite a lot, but I think these companies that I have invested in are great companies. However, 35% is a bit too high. I want to bring it down to around 10 to 15% to protect myself and to protect my money. But I won't be stopping it anytime soon. I will just reduce my exposure. I've said this before in my last video, but I'm going to say it louder for the people in the back. You need to ask yourself these 3 questions. Is the company a great company? Is it truly great? Do I understand the business and why people buy their product? And the final one is the price I'm going to pay for this at a great value? So if you can answer these questions, then you are ready to buy. So in my opinion, Coca-Cola is truly a great company. I understand the business, I understand why people buy their products, and I also think that currently their price is undervalued. But make sure you do your own research and don't base your buying habits off a guy like me who buys t-shirts like this. So now I'll just show you quickly how to buy your first share. Just bear in mind that I'm recording this on a Saturday, so the markets are closed, but you can still use this when the markets are open. So what I will do is I will go to Coca-Cola because I think that's a great business, and I will press buy, obviously. And then it gives you a few options. The market option will basically execute that order straight away with whatever price that the stock is currently at. But what I like to use is called the limit order. So I will go, I want to buy 1 share of Coca-Cola, and then I will set the maximum price that I'm willing to pay for the share. So I usually go down to the nearest sort of whole number, because that's just me. And then you click review order, and it will just give you a quick overview once you've clicked on the order, and then you can send buy order, and that's done. So now click buy. All I have to do is wait. Because we use the limit order, that share will only get purchased when it reaches that price. So if it doesn't reach that price in a day, then it will basically expire and that order will no longer be available. If that happens, then on the following day, either up your price a little bit or you won't buy it because you don't want to pay more than you think it's worth. If you happen to raise the price a tiny little bit, it doesn't really matter if you're a long-term investor like me, because over that long period of time, as long as you're not paying over the odds for it, then you will earn that money back. It is more about the time in the market and buying and holding. So it doesn't matter about a few pence or cent. You just want to buy it when you think it is undervalued. So to finish off, you don't need to be chucking your hard-earned money into the stock market when you are not ready, when you do not understand it, when you haven't educated yourself enough, because it is your hard-earned money that will be going down the drain. So if you educate yourself and invest that time and energy into learning how it all works, then that is when you'll make the real money. I hope this video helped and you got some value out of it. If it did, make sure you like it and comment down below if you didn't like it, because that really helps me. And also make sure that you are subscribed, as I will be giving away my Trading212 free share pot, and that will be going to someone that is subscribed to this channel. So if you haven't got a Trading212 account, then make sure you click the link in the description so that you can add to the pot. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm trying to help you become one. So, peace.